The Jets finally decide to move Teddy Bridgewater. What is going on, y'all? FaizSportsTalk back at it with another video talking some NFL. Here to talk about NFL trades, which rarely happen. So when they do, we absolutely have to talk about it. But before I get into that, make sure you guys, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Turn on post notifications, that little bell icon down below. Turn it on. You'll be notified of my videos. But make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're following me on my social media. Links all for that down below. With that being said, you guys see the title of the video. I'm talking about the Teddy Bridgewater trade that just happened between the Saints and the Jets. Breaking this trade down from both sides, which is what I do on this channel. Talk about who won, who lost, why this trade was made, and who benefits and who doesn't. So with that being said, let's get into it. So why did the Saints make this move really? Because to me, this was the most shocking part of this trade. Not the fact that Teddy Bridgewater was traded. We knew that was a possibility, but the team that traded for him, okay? So when this trade happened and it was reported, first thing I tweeted about was the fact that I was bummed that Teddy Bridgewater didn't get traded to a team where he could compete for a starting job. By the way, if you're not following me on Twitter, go ahead and do that. And I was like, man, I'm not saying this is a bad trade, a good trade, which I'll get into real quick. But I was just bummed that Teddy Bridgewater is obviously not going to a team where he can start and compete for the starting job right away. Obviously, because the Saints have Drew Brees, and unless he gets hurt, he is starting. Okay, we all know that. So that was my first and sort of initial thoughts. And then looking into this trade more and more, it was very interesting to see why the Saints traded for Teddy Bridgewater. Okay, obviously the first thing you're going to say is, okay, Drew Brees is not getting any younger. He's 39 years old. You know, he signed for 2 years, but who knows if Drew Brees, how long he has left. Okay, we don't know that. Okay, so Teddy Bridgewater could be the future, or he could be the stopgap. Why? Teddy Bridgewater is going to be an unrestricted free agent in next March, or I should say, she will be an unrestricted free agent next March. And so the Saints could lose him for nothing. Again, they traded a third-round pick for Teddy Bridgewater. Okay, they traded a third-round pick to the Jets for a sixth-round pick. Okay, so they are giving up equity in a draft pick for a guy they could lose in a year. Why? I believe that they think Teddy Bridgewater is going to be the successor to Drew Brees. It's very important to find a good backup quarterback in this league. A lot of teams don't focus on it. We just saw this past season with Nick Foles and how important a backup quarterback is. And I think that the Saints realize that. And in any chance that Drew Brees does get hurt, this roster is still a Super Bowl roster. So they're maybe thinking, hey, Teddy Bridgewater is a guy we can plug in and everything will not fall apart and we can still win, kind of like how the Eagles did it. Now, obviously, that's not ideal. You still want to win with your starting quarterback, but you get my point here. So the Saints are probably thinking that Teddy Bridgewater could be the successor. My question is, he could have signed him earlier when, you know, other teams were looking at him. Nobody really, you know, was fighting for Teddy Bridgewater coming off that injury, but now that he's played in the preseason, people have seen that he can still play and he's still efficient. He's still, you know, good. Now, obviously, a lot of people are looking at him, and I'm sure he had interest from other teams. So that is probably why the Saints waited, but it cost them a third-round pick, okay? So just saying, do I think this price was a little too steep for Teddy Bridgewater? Not if you believe in him. Not if you believe in Teddy Bridgewater. If he ends up bailing in the offseason, then obviously the price might have been too high. A third-round pick is very valuable in this league. But again, if you feel like Teddy Bridgewater, you're going to sign him long-term, keep him here as the successor to Drew Brees, then it was absolutely worth it for Teddy B. A lot of people forget, man. Teddy Bridgewater, a lot of people freaking forget. This guy's just 25 years old. He's made a Pro Bowl, okay? And when he shredded his knee, he'd only played 2 years in the NFL, okay? And he had shown promise. Now, numbers-wise, wasn't that great, but just showed poise, just showed, you know, calm pocket presence. And the Vikings actually had thought that they had found their quarterback of the future, you know, before he obviously, you know, completely blew out his knee, and they were going to be invested in Teddy Bridgewater. So he is absolutely not a journeyman. He's not a scrub. He's a young, promising quarterback, and I'm pretty sure that is what the Saints see in Teddy Bridgewater, and that is why they traded for him. So overall, like I said, I like this move for the Saints if they decide to keep him long-term, which I expect them to do. He's going to be pretty expensive for them. I believe $5 million is what he's going to cost them this season. upwards of $8 million if he hits some incentives, I believe. But if they don't decide to keep him, then this might have been a kind of a bad move because of the pick that they had to give up. Let's switch over to the Jets side of things, and guys, this will be really quick. Why did the Jets trade Teddy Bridgewater? 2 reasons. He was playing well, and you sell things when they're hot on the market, and Teddy Bridgewater's value is never going to be higher than it was this preseason, and they got it, a 3rd-round pick for him, which was a steal. And number 2, they have their quarterback of the future in Sam Darnold, and they want to start him, and he's looked the starting material, and they just do not want to have a quarterback controversy, so they just made Todd Bowles' life a lot easier, and they just got themselves a 3rd-round pick. So pretty easy for the Jets. I'd say they pretty much did well in this trade. So overall, who do I think won this trade? I think the Jets won this trade only because I'm not so sure Saints are going to keep Teddy Bridgewater past this season. We'll see about that. But overall, like I said, I hope Teddy Bridgewater prospers, whether it's with the Saints or whether it's with another team. I like him a lot. I think he's a good quarterback. But I'm also excited to see Sam Darnold. And now that the Jets have cleared the decks for Darnold, that's going to be exciting to see. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below if you guys agree with me or disagree with me. Make sure to hit me up on my social media. Make sure to subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.